Typically, I take other genres of songs or lighter songs and make them heavier. But today, I want to do the opposite. I want to take a heavy song and then reimagine it, or revamp it, if you will. I've always been a big fan of when bands take their songs and make them lighter, acoustic versions, and Ronnie did a phenomenal job with the reimagined versions of Falling In Reverse songs. So I wanted to try it with one of their newer, heavier songs and see how that goes. Let's dive into it. I wanted to pick a newer Falling In Reverse song to play with, which is difficult because of the fact that there's a lot of rapping and reliance on heavy guitar riffs that make the song really cool, which don't typically translate into an acoustic version. Same with the breakdowns and stuff, which there's a lot of those as well. Now, I'll be honest, in planning this video, I almost bailed on this idea a few times, but I really think it's going to be a fun, creative challenge. I decided to attempt Popular Monster, and although it is a lot of rapping that I'm going to have to melodify, there are some really cool melodic elements in the music that I can pull from. Plus, the chorus is massive, and I think it's going to lend itself really well to this transformation. Now, the breakdown is going to be interesting, but I think no matter what Falling In Reverse song I do, the breakdowns and bridges are going to be a challenge. To start getting the ideas flowing, I just sat down with my guitar, the lyrics, and good old iPhone voice memos. You know, it's not pretty, but it works. That became the jump-off point, and I actually kept a good percentage of what I did with my gut instinct in that initial voice note. Now, once that was in Pro Tools, then it was just mapping out the chords and the full structure of the song, time-stretched voice note mixed with low-octave piano and acoustic and vocal with the speakers on, because I just needed to get the idea down. Cheater, I'm a non-believer. Now, I did try to stay as true to the original lyrics and melodies as I could, but here and there I had to clean them up, cut some things that just didn't quite fit when it wasn't a huge rock song. Now, with Ronnie's stuff, they're piano focused. Clearly, he's a pretty good piano player, actually. I am not that at all. I'm a guitar player. So, going into it, I did want to keep piano in there, albeit very simple with my limited playing skills. The main focus of it would be the acoustic guitar. Then, to thicken out the main acoustic guitar, I added some pianos. And then I layered the piano. Now, for the lead parts with my limited playing knowledge, they were a bit aggressive. So I ended up using Native Instruments Una Corda, which is just a softer lead feel to the piano, which honestly just kind of hides my not very fancy playing. To keep some movement throughout the track, I also added a one-note piano thing. Actually, it becomes two notes sometimes too. Yeah, I know, huge difference. Another element I really wanted to incorporate for its feel is strings. But the first hurdle is that I don't have Falling In Reverse budget to hire an orchestrator and orchestra. So instead, I just used Native Instruments. They're not the best if you want to make a string section that's very upfront and obvious, but they do their job for something like this, where it was more of a background pad feel. And when you dive into it, it's actually decently powerful with different articulations. I tried to break it up and do a couple different sections, like the double bass, some nice violins, and of course, one of my favorite instruments that I don't play, the cello. Now with that, I was still finding it a little small, and I can't double an instrument like that. There's just not enough. It wasn't a big enough section. So I layered in some synth strings from Spitfire Labs doing the cello part. I feel like it actually did a pretty good job of adding emotion to the track without needing to be too over-the-top complicated. Honestly, I'd love to get more into the orchestration thing because I love doing it every single time, and possibly maybe build up my orchestration library as well. While I was working on this, one of the biggest struggles that I had was keeping it interesting and building the song over time. With heavy songs, you have a lot of layers and a lot of things you can play with, but when you already have very few parts in a more sparse feel like this, there's just less elements in general to be able to build and break down while still not being too complicated. Now, Ronnie does a really good job with this in his piano playing and emoting through the piano playing itself. Pianos can really speak if you're good at playing them, and also his emotion and his tone and his character in his voice. This is what made this whole thing so challenging and interesting. I did want to keep things as natural and simple as possible, but in the end, I did break down and end up adding some synths to help add dynamics to the track. Now, there's really only one of those kind of bass synths, not a stack of them like I would normally do, and I tried to keep it less prominent and more in the latter half of the song, so the song can build into that. With the pads and airy synths, they're not really that prominent, but when you take them away, you definitely notice that they're missing. They just help fill out the song, and frankly, I felt that they really added to the emotion of the overall track. And finally, to round it all out, was the vocals. This was a balancing act between the emotions of it and also trying not to layer it like I normally do. Normally, my vocals are quite layered, having the doubles and triples pretty loud in the mix, but for this one, I kept it pretty low and more focused on that one lead vocalist right in the middle. I found in the mix that just felt the most intimate.
I break down, falling into love, now we're falling apart. I'm a popular monster.
I gave it my best attempt at doing a reimagined version of Popular Monster that I thought Falling in Reverse could have done. I honestly feel like this approach really highlights the mental health subject matter that's being talked about in the song. Now, throughout this entire process, the question that kept popping up to me was, can you still have a Falling in Reverse song sound cool without Ronnie and his vibe? Because he definitely has a vibe. Anyway, without further ado, here's Popular Monster Reimagined.
I wake up every morning with my head up in a daze. I'm not sure if I should say this, but I'll say it anyway. Everybody tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. I don't know if it's a phase, I just wanna feel okay. Yeah, I battle with depression, but the question still remains, is this post-traumatic stressing, or am I suppressing rage? And my doctor tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. Yeah, it's not a phase, I just wanna feel okay. I struggle with this bullshit every day, and it's probably cause my demons simultaneously rage. It obliterates me, disintegrates me, annihilates me. Cause I'm about to break down, searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer, I'm a popular monster. I break down, falling into love, now we're falling apart. I'm a popular monster. I think I'm going nowhere, like a rat trapped in a maze. Every wall that I knock down is just a wall that I replace. I'm in a race against myself, I try to keep a steady pace. How the hell will I escape if I never close my case? Oh my God, I keep on stressing. Every second that I waste is another second sooner to a blessing I won't take. But my therapist will tell me that I'm going through a stage. I just wanna feel okay. Got my attention, I need to change a couple things, cause something is missing. What if I told you a lie, tell you everything's fine? Every single day I get closer to the grave. I fell asleep at the wheel again, crashed my car just to feel again. Obliterates me, disintegrates me, annihilates me. 'Cause I'm about to break down, searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer, I'm a popular monster. I break down, falling into love, now with falling apart. I'm a popular monster. We're sick and tired of wondering, praying to a God that you don't believe, searching for the truth in the lost and found. So the question I ask is, where is your God now? 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 'Cause I'm about to break down, searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer, I'm a popular monster. I break down, falling into love, now with falling apart. I'm a popular falling monster. I'm a popular monster.
So what do you think? Can you still have a Falling in Reverse song without the Ronnie factor? Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, all of my links are in the description below if you want to check out everything else that I do or support the channel. I really do appreciate it. I will catch you in the next video. Until then, always be creating.